In the shadows of every blockbuster football transfer, there's often one man quietly pulling the strings: Jorge Mendes. From nightclubs in Portugal to negotiating billion-euro deals, Mendes has become the most powerful agent in world football. But how did he get here? And how much control does he really have over the game? This is the story of Jorge Mendes, the man who controls football. Born in Lisbon, Portugal in 1966, Jorge Mendes had no professional football background. He started out running a video rental shop, then moved into nightclub promotion. His entry into football came almost by accident. In the 1990s, he brokered his first player deal for none other than Nuno Espirito Santo. Yes, the Nuno Espirito Santo, current Nottingham Forest manager. Back then, was a promising young goalkeeper. That deal opened the door to the football world, and Mendes never looked back. In 1996, Mendes founded Gestifute, the agency that would become a dominant force in football. He understood that representation wasn't just about contracts, it was about branding, marketing, image rights, and long-term planning. Mendes positioned himself as not just an agent, but a career architect. He quickly gained a reputation for being fiercely loyal to his clients and relentless in negotiations. Now, the relationship that changed everything was with none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. Mendes discovered Ronaldo as a teenager at Sporting Lisbon and helped orchestrate his move to Manchester United in 2003. The crown jewel, some would say. Well, then he managed his transfers to Real Madrid, then to Juventus, and even back to Manchester United, earning massive fees each time. Their bond is more than just business. It's almost familia. Ronaldo once said Mendes was like a second father. Through Ronaldo, Mendes built credibility, contact, and clout across Europe and across world football. Mendes' influence began in Portugal, but quickly expanded globally. He represented an entire generation of Portuguese stars: Deco, Ricardo Carvalho, Pepe, Fabio Contrao, and many more. He also forged close ties with Portuguese clubs like FC Porto and Benfica, brokering deals that brought them millions. Soon, he had access to clubs, directors, and presidents across Europe. One of the most fascinating chapters in Mendes' career is his connection with Wolverhampton Wanderers. When Chinese conglomerate Fosun bought the club in 2016, Mendes played a pivotal advisory role. And it was because of this, under his guidance, Wolves signed a host of Portuguese players: Ruben Neves, Diogo Jota, João Moutinho, and the list goes on. Critics called it Mendes FC, others called it Portugal 2.0, claiming that Mendes had undue influence over the club's recruitment policy. So much so, Wolves actually dropped a Portugal-looking away kit, to say the least. But it worked. Wolves achieved promotion and competed in Europe. Now, if there was one stumbling block, one adversary, one rival that Jorge Mendes had, it was Mino Raiola. The super agent era kicked off with these two colossal giants going at it. Mendes dominated the 2000s, but in the 2010s, he met a rival, and that was Mino Raiola. Raiola represented Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Pogba, Erling Haaland. Mendes had Ronaldo, James Rodriguez, Angel Di Maria. The two operated very differently. Mendes worked more behind the scenes with clubs and institutions, whereas Mino Raiola was very confrontational and very public-facing. Their rivalry highlighted the era of super agents shaping not just transfers, but entire football cultures. Now, many would still think to this day that this rivalry would have still been going on, but it was the unfortunate situation where Mino Raiola did in fact lose his life and passed away. So for what could have been, perhaps, we'll never know. But Mendes' rise has not been without controversy. He faced allegations of third-party ownerships, tax evasion investigations, and conflicts of interest. In several cases, deals he brokered led to questions about transparency and fairness. FIFA introduced new agent regulations partly to curb the power of figures like Jorge Mendes. Still, he has maintained a largely clean public image and continues to thrive to this day. Today, Mendes and Gestifute represent dozens of elite players and managers. João Felix, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Diego Costa, Gonçalo Ramos, and managers like none other than Jose Mourinho, to name a few. He's more than just an agent now. He's a global football operator, advising clubs, influencing boardrooms, facilitating massive investment deals. He's also involved in media, marketing ventures, leveraging player brands, endorsements, promotions, the list goes on. Jorge Mendes helped redefine the role of the agent. He blurred the lines between sport and business, between player welfare and corporate strategy. He was one of the first to see players as assets in a global entertainment industry. Football in the past was seen as none other than just a sport, whereas that bridge over into business, entertainment, and marketing, some would say, was pioneered by Jorge Mendes and others, but Jorge Mendes definitely included. By building tight networks with clubs, managers, and institutions, he became an indispensable middleman. Like it or not, modern football as we know it today cannot function without figures like Mendes. And what is the future of super agents? FIFA implementing new regulations to limit agent commissions and involvement. The era of unlimited agent power may be winding down, but Jorge Mendes has already cemented his legacy. His agency now grooms the next generation of clients and operates like a high-end consultancy. Even without the spotlight, Mendes' playbook has changed how every major deal is made in modern football. Jorge Mendes, as a result, isn't just an agent. He's an architect of modern football as we know it. From humble beginnings to multi-billion euro and pound and dollar deals, he reshaped how football operates at the highest level. So the next time a record-breaking transfer happens or a rising star appears out of nowhere or at a top club, ask yourself, is Mendes behind it? In one way, shape or form, he more than likely is. So let us know what you think about Mendes, his impact, in the comment section below. Much appreciated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for more, and I'll catch all of you on the next one.